Greetings, and in this short video presentation we're going to see how we go about setting up a free VPN using Kali Linux. Inside the lab file I have listed a number of benefits for using a VPN, and though these are really great benefits, it should be understood that there is no 100% real solution for anonymity on the internet. In our previous lab we looked at using Tor and proxy chains, and that's about as close as you're going to come to a real 100% solution for being invisible on the internet. But that being said, if you just need a good, viable VPN solution so that you can circumvent some type of restriction, or you need to get out to the internet and your location has some type of restricted services for YouTube, Netflix, or some other type of video service, then yes, getting a free VPN is a great solution. It goes without saying that if we're using a free public Wi-Fi, we're in a coffee shop, we're at the airport, or we just need to circumvent some type of restriction or censorship, a free VPN service will work just fine for that. For this lab, I'm using a updated installation of Kali Linux, and I have an internet access, and I am logged on as root. To start this lab, let's open up our Firefox browser. And once our browser opens up, let's go to the address bar and let's type in www.vpnbook.com/freevpn. Once you've done that, just go ahead and hit enter. Let's go on over to the vpnbook.com site. Now, the VPN book site is one of the best solutions that you're going to find for a free VPN. So if you're looking for a way to be able to browse the internet and have some anonymity and not have it cost you an arm and a leg, this is a great place to visit. So we're going to go to the second column entitled Free Open VPN, and we're going to take a look at all the different certificate bundles that we can download and use. VPN Book provides a fast, free VPN service for web surfing. It's not designed for peer-to-peer downloading, such as for torrent files or other downloads. If you need something for torrent downloads and you need to do it anonymously, you might want to consider purchasing a VPN subscription. Looking at the list of certificate bundles that we can use, you'll see that we have some that are located over in Europe. We have two that are located over in the United States. And we have one that's located in Denmark and one in France. I'm not sure what the CA is for. It might be Canada. Alright, so let's go ahead and select a certificate bundle that we want to use. I'm going to go ahead and, for this example, use the US1 OpenVPN certificate bundle. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on it. That brings up a download, and I'm going to go ahead and save that file, and that's going to put it over here into my downloads folder. Real small file. It's only 9 KB in size, so we can go ahead and take a look inside of the downloads folder real quickly. And we see that the file has completed download. Now I can go to show all downloads, and there's the file. I can right click on the file inside of this downloads location, and I can go to where the file is actually located by selecting Open Containing Folder. That opens up the actual download folder onto my Kali Linux, and now I can just right click on this zip file for the VPN.com OpenVPN-US1.zip file, and I can say or select from the context menu, extract here. I've extracted the folder, and we see that the folder is currently sitting here inside of the downloads folder where I extracted it to. If I open this up, you'll see that I have 4 different certificates. Now these 4 different certificates are designed for 4 different reasons. For instance, if I'm on a network that is restricting me from having access to the internet, I can bypass that restriction by using the one for TCP port 80. The same thing with port 443 and UDP port 40 or 53. For most of us, we can all use the VPN Book US1 UDP 25000.ovpn file. So what I want to do now is I just want to right click on this file, and I want to go to rename, and I want to highlight the entire name, and I'm going to copy this for later use. Once I've done that, go ahead and click inside the white window anywhere, and now you can right click inside the right window anywhere, and you can select to open in terminal. Now this is going to open up a terminal session in the same location to where this file is located. I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen here. Now what we want to do is type in a command, OpenVPN, and then we're going to copy and paste the name of that file. So at the terminal prompt, I've typed in the command, OpenVPN, and I'm now going to right click and I'm going to select paste, and that's going to put the name of that file that we saved into the terminal as well. Now once we have that all squared away and everything's good to go, we can just hit enter, and it's going to come up and it's going to ask me for my username. Now back on the website, you'll notice that down there at the bottom you had a username and password. We can go get that and we can place that into this terminal. So the username for everybody is VPN Book. So I can go ahead and hit enter. Now I can go back over to my browser. Let me go ahead and minimize this one just a little bit here. If we go back on over to the browser, you scroll on down there, you'll see that you have a username and password down at the bottom of that column. You want to make sure you save that. I should have told you that earlier, but I forgot. So I'm telling you now. And now we can go back on over to the terminal. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste in and I'm going to hit enter. And in just a moment, we should have an initiation for a VPN. I'm going to scroll on down here, and it says the initiation sequence completed. And that's the message you're going to be looking for to know that your VPN was established. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do some verification, and we're going to look for some DNS leaks. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this window here. I'm going to go back on over to my browser, and we're going to go to a different website this time. This time I'm going to go to www.duckduckgo.com. So even though we're now connected using a VPN, you'll notice that the bandwidth is still plenty and we've got a pretty responsive internet. So up inside of our DuckDuckGo site, we're going to do a test for some DNS leaking. So I'm going to type in check for DNS leaks. From the search results, we want to go ahead and select the first link from the list where it says DNS leak test. Go ahead and click on that. Now this is going to verify that we're actually using a VPN. So it's showing me as being located over Manassas, Maryland, over in the United States, and I have an IP address of 198.7.62.204. But I'm not in the United States, and I'm certainly not in Manassas. So my VPN is actually working. Scroll down here just a little bit. We can go ahead and click on the standard test. And this is going to look and see if I've got any type of DNS leaks going on here. And it says that I don't, because these IP addresses are not my normal DNS servers. And so these DNS servers, I'm not familiar with them, but they are located over in Hong Kong. I've got my DNS servers located over in Hong Kong, so that's a good thing. And I've got my VPN pointing me over to Manassas, Maryland in the United States, and that's a better thing. Now you have to understand a little something about these DNS servers. They may or they may not belong to the VPN service that you're using. And your VPN service may or may not log your actual IP address using its DNS. So you have to wonder about that when you're using a VPN service and you're trying to remain as anonymous as possible. If you like to try out a different location for your VPN, you can go back on over to VPNBook.com and download yourself another certificate bundle and try out the VPN locations over in France, Denmark, Canada, or the other U.S. location. Okay, that concludes your short video presentation. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact your instructor, and I'll see you in my next video.